Here's your bell ringer for Friday, September 10th. Simplify the radical, or in other words, the square root. This means the same thing. Radical or square root. Same thing. The square root of 40. Okay. So in order to simplify radicals, we need to be able to list our perfect squares from, we'll just list them, perfect squares. So you have 1 is a perfect square because 1 times 1 is 1, but 1 goes into everything, so we won't list that one. The next one is 4. So 4, 2 times 2 is 4. The next one is 9. And then, what's the next one? 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, 144, 169, 196, and 225. These are your perfect squares. Your first, well, counting 1, this would be 15 perfect squares. But we need to memorize these. And so we're gonna, when you see a radical or a square root and it wants you to simplify it down, we need to be able to rewrite what's inside that radical as a factor. Like 40 is some perfect square times something. And so you want to think, what is the largest perfect square that will go into that number? So look at 40. What is the largest perfect square in this list that will go into 40? And the largest one is 4. So we're going to rewrite this as 4 times 10. Okay, once we do that, then we're going to underline that perfect square, and we're going to take the square root of it. What is the square root of 4? It's 2. So I'm going to bring out a 2, and we leave the 10 in there. So this is my answer, 2 root 10. And if you put that in your calculator, 2 times root 10, you're going to get the same exact thing as if you put the square root of 40 in your calculator. You'll get the same decimal, so that's a way to check your answer. Alright, so let's look at these. Excuse me. Let's look at these 3 examples. Square root of 32, square root of 50, and square root of 27. Let's simplify these 3. Okay, so we're thinking, what is the highest perfect square that will go into 32? The highest one is 16. That is 16 times 2. Alright, so now we're going to underline that perfect square, take the square root of it, and bring it out. So that will be 4 root 2. Alright, square root of 50. What's the largest perfect square that will go into 50? And and that will be 25 times 2. Take the square root of 25, which is 5, so 5 root 2. And then the last one, the square root of 27. The largest perfect square that goes into 27 is 9. So 9 times 3. Take the square root of 9. That's 3. Root 3. Okay. This is how you simplify a radical. And I'm going to post in your virtual folder a few more practice problems dealing with finding the distance. But the answers are in radicals. And so they want you to find the simplest radical form to your answer. And so I will post that today. And make sure you get you get caught up in your notebook, all the bell ringers, all the notes from this week, and make sure all those practice tests in Schoology are completed. I will not be at school Monday, so you'll need to bring your Chromebook to class. I'll have something posted for you to do in Schoology, and I will be back to school on Tuesday. So make sure on Tuesday you have everything up to date in your notebook. Y'all have a good weekend.